Oh, hey everybody, what's up? Glad you could stop by. Are you guys safe? Here. Oh, you've been in quarantine for 2 weeks? All right. Here. Well, I'm glad you could stop by. Let's take a look at the garden. So we'll start out here out front. The first of a few rose gardens. It's a little bit in disarray. It kind of messes up my my usual organized pattern, but these red roses over here are just so exuberant. I don't want to cut them back just yet, so we'll wait till these blooms fade and then we'll trim them back. What else we got? Another little rose bush there. Not sure what color that one is. We'll find out in a little while. And we have some chives coming up. Some more roses. Peonies. The peonies popped already. And a little basket with geraniums. A nice little splash of color on the otherwise dull white front entrance. Say hello to St. Francis as we go by. Some more peonies. And some more roses. I just love all these roses. These roses mostly were here when we moved in. Don't pay any attention to the air conditioner. But they've survived pretty well. We prune them back usually every spring. And we've not been spending a whole lot of time on the front yard, but done a little bit of work. It's looking better. We've spent a little bit of time on the front yard, but if you really want to see something up our Staycation resort, let's head on into the backyard. I'll have to edit some stuff out. There you are. You guys are quick. How'd you beat me back here? You ready for the look at the backyard? All right. Well, first off, this thing that you've been resting on while you're waiting for me, this picnic table was made by Griffin about 25 years ago or so. We had it when we were out in Fairport, and then it moved over here with us. It's been a picnic table, it's been a workbench, it's been a potting bench, it's been a sawhorse. Sat in the garage for a couple years, never got washed, never got taken care of. So this year I took out the power washer, put a couple of coats of sealer on it, and it's beautiful. I can't believe that we haven't used it in so long. So you'll probably be seeing more of this in other videos. And now as we come back here, we've got our little salad garden here, different kinds of lettuce, and then more roses. This is an old-fashioned rose bush. It blooms just once a year, but it's just like a burst of color in the springtime. And then some coral bells right next to it. And my favorite rose bush, I'm not supposed to have favorites, I guess, but this is my favorite. This is a Chrysler Imperial. And again, these bushes were here when we moved in, so I can't take credit for planting them. The only thing we can do is take credit for tending them. And we have a little birdhouse, another rose bush. It's got kind of orange-looking roses on it. The one water feature Mary Pat's allowing me to have in the backyard. But it's cool. I like it. And the birds like it too. They discovered it. And then over here, we finally got into this bed this year. And cleaned it out, dug it up. And you've got butterfly bush starting over there. A bunch of snapdragons. Rosa's kind of taking a nap on most of them. My pink flamingo. That was kind of a fun little thing that my co-workers in the faith formation department did a couple of years ago. Is they found these stashed in a box in the rectory garage, and so they went and distributed them around to all the offices with a nice little note on it. So I named my flamingo Floyd, and it's followed me from office to office and now here to the backyard since I don't have an office anymore. We got our traditional morning glories getting ready to climb up the pole. This side they grow back every single year. Usually the other pole over here grows back too, but this year they were a little slow taking off, so we got a couple of new ones to add to it. But they're really going gangbusters now. And then our little globe wind vane thing, part of our hosta collection. Every year we buy a new hosta and put it in. This year we didn't get a new hosta. By the time we got to the place where we normally buy our hostas, they were pretty much sold out. Then we have some peppermint over there, the famous bird feeder, and hence all the bird sounds in the background. Bird bath, another St. Francis, a couple more hosta. Got a little praying hands hosta coming up right here in front of St. Francis. I'm hoping it'll come in stronger by the end of the year. And then it's not really a shade garden, especially since we had the branches taken off this pine tree last year, just so no more fell in the yard. Rose of Sharon. We had some cuttings from one of Mary Pat's co-workers, and we planted them out front originally, but then it just got so bushy, we had to take it out. So before we cut it out, we took some cuttings from it and planted it here. So part of our heirloom collection, I guess. Little miniature rose that's finished blooming for now. This was a gift from our old next door neighbor on Rockingham Street. She's like a sister to me. She gave it to us when Dad died, and then when we moved here, I just plopped it in the ground, and it's doing pretty good. So this is about 20-year-old miniature rose bush. Got our finch feeder and a hanging basket. Our herb garden's looking a little bare. We've got some basil and what else do we have in here? We have a little bit of Greek oregano, some rosemary, some tarragon. We got a fair array. It's nothing great. And we've got a little squash garden here. We've got a acorn squash growing right there. Hasn't died yet, so there's still hope. We've got some zucchinis right here, already flowering. They haven't vined that much yet, but they're already flowering. Our tomato plants. And our little Dalmatian planter here right next to our Bluebell Memorial Cucumber Garden. So we have 3 cucumber plants here. One of them got taken out by an animal. The first one we planted didn't make it, but these seem to be doing pretty well. St. Fiacre. Rosa's little resting place. She alternates between laying out in the sun looking uncomfortably hot and crashing out over here. And then we walk down to our little secret garden path. Underneath the lilac bushes, we've got a huge, this is trying to remember the kind of holly bush this is. but I think it's a blue prince holly. And then we've got some irises, some more hostas. We've got some English ivy. I don't know where that came from. That just all of a sudden showed up one year. Not too bad. I think this is lungwort here. And then the blue princess holly bush. And we've got some berries starting. The robins love these berries in the spring when they're nice and ripe and red. And then we have our resort area right here. So that's it. This is our staycation resort for 2020. I wish I could invite you all to come over and enjoy it. Maybe one or two at a time so we can social distance, but it's probably the best the garden's looked in 15 years and not a bad place to spend the summer. See it as soon as possible. Bye.